Okay, we're rolling.
You are now tuned in to the Pillow Talk Podcast Hour. You are now tuned in to the Pillow Talk Podcast Hour.
That it hurt. Nah. Yeah, my head it hurt. My head it hurt. Yeah, my head it hurt. My head it hurt. Yeah. I can turn 10 to 100. Then I can turn that to a meal. That little bitch broke my heart. But I do not know how to feel. I used to love that bitch. Didn't need that bitch. She broke me down. I cannot never be looking like clown.
Girl, hurry up. The show about to come on. Come on. Dang.
Yo, what's good? As you know, we're in the building. Yes. You know who it is. It's your man's, the one half of the crew, the Jordan 23, Dream Team, the Dream Team. It's Mr. Tico. Yes. My wife is not here. She had a long work day. Matter of fact, this is a long work week. And she was pushing it, but I feel her. We had a couple of relatives in town, which I'm so glad they came. I was thrilled. I haven't seen her in a couple of minutes, so it was good to see her. It was good to see her, man. It was great to see my little cousin and her husband. So yeah, we gonna get the show started like this. Boom, 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 bap. We got my man's. My little man's in the house trying to make his way. He's doing his thing, and I gotta say he is doing his thing. Came a long way, man. Came a long way. We got RPK in the house. Yes. RPK Real Poor Kid, Cincinnati's own rap artist. I love it. So what's going on with you, RP? What's up?
What's up, man? What's up?
Another day in the hood, right?
Whatever you want to call it, man.
You said whatever I want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, man, it's another day. This is my man's RPK, Real Poor Kid, and I love it, man. We here today in a lightweight studio. We're gonna call it Studio B because that's what we be. We be here most of the time. This is a nice little studio. I love it, man. So RPK, let me ask you a question, man. We gonna cut right to it. Why RPK?
Why RPK?
Yeah, why RPK?
Keep it a whole bean, 1,000, a whole buck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was just really trying to think of a rap name that sounded good. You know, I think like 12, 13 when I came up with the name. And at that time, I'm looking at all the rappers and artists. I'm like, I just see that they names is like abbreviations. Like you got NLE Chopper, NBA Youngboy. So I'm like trying to create something like that.
Yeah.
So I just look up a gun. Unfortunately, we don't do violence over here. But I just looked up a gun, and it was an RPK gun. And I'm like, RPK sound cool, so I'm gonna use that. So
You
I was
flipped
like,
it up.
Yeah.
You switched it up a little bit. I see.
Yeah.
RPK, and you changed the Real Poor Kid.
Yeah, I changed it to Real Poor Kids.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, when I got a little older, I'm like, it needs some meaning behind it. Like, it can't just be, why you make your name RPK? Oh, I'm using a gun. Like, that's not how I gotta work. So I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
Put something behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, man. I like that. So I listen a lot to your music. I know your music back and forth. And you said something very interesting to me. You said that, you know, like we don't do guns over here. You said we don't do violence.
Yeah.
So why? So let me ask you this. So why is I would say half of the majority of your catalog is, you know, kind of touching on violence, not all the way through like 100%, but it be touching here and there. So why that? Tell me why that.
the truth of the matter, you just got to make what the people want to hear.
Yeah, keep it real. I hear you. Yes. Okay.
That's what the people want to hear.
That's what they want to hear. They want to hear the rough, tough.
I mean, it's not like, I mean, that's just what they want to vibe to, for real. But it's not like that's what they want to hear because that's what they believe in.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said it. Okay. Yeah. Because like kind of like when I think about that, when I think about speaking on what you just said, like if I guess like it was way back. I think it was like when NWA came out or something like that. It was one of those groups that came out grimy because we was all about we wasn't doing no drugs. We ain't doing no drugs. I can't think of no name of no song right now, but we weren't pushing no drugs. Then like I can't say NWA was the very first, but they was like one of the first that came out with some griminess. Yeah. And somebody was listening to some rap music, something like that, and they did something. They killed somebody or something, and they tried to blame it on the rap music. So I see where you're coming from, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they still try to do that, but they say that back in the day when they weren't familiar with rap like that, it started getting popping, like really, really touching the other side of the audience, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Then they started getting concerned. Yeah. And they was like, hold up, some violent happened, and he was listening to rap music like that. You think that was the reason why he was doing? I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think so.
They just try to blame anything that seemed convenient.
Right. Yes, they do. But yeah, okay, yeah. That's crazy. But I hope you don't have to follow down that path.
I hope not either.
I hope you don't get caught up in that path because with the glitz and glamour and everything popping, like your mindset is one thing right now when you ain't like got that crazy bag, but when you get that bag, it's like no telling where because so many things are accessible to you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your mindset could change and you right now, how old are you? 17, 18, 19, 20?
20.
You're 20 years old.
20 years old.
20 years old. So you're young right now. You're still in the young state. You just becoming, if you was in the court system, you was an adult when you was 13 probably. But you really, really for real are just moving into adulthood. And a lot of people, a lot of us grown ups understand that, but a lot of people say, no, if you act crazy and you young, you act crazy, you old enough to understand the craziness of it, then you're old enough to suffer the consequences. So yeah, that's another thing, man. You gotta look at when you're going into this. But we're gonna dive into some other questionnaires, baby. We're gonna dive into some other things. And I want to say off the rip, I ain't want to say it at first, but this is my son. This is my youngest son. Out of 4, this is my youngest son. So I have 2 sons, 2 daughters. But this is my youngest son. He doing his thing, but we're going to jump right into it. So when did you gain the interest in rapping?
Gain the interest in rapping? I say when I was younger, I didn't really choose to rap. Like, this is the person right here that had me doing music and stuff in the basement. I didn't want to do music. Like, I wanted to watch cartoons and stuff. And he'd be like, come on, we finna go make a song in the basement. So and that's what got me into it. Like, got me surrounded by music and stuff like that.
Right.
But to do it on my own, I really don't know. Like, I guess it was just that past coming up and like, oh yeah, I want to make music. Like, I see the lifestyle you could live, and I used to do it back then. So I'm like, oh yeah, I got a head start. So that's really what kicked back in my brain. Like, oh yeah, I want to do music when I was like 12, I think. 7th grade. Yep, 7th grade.
7th grade. So that leads me to my next question. So you pretty much answered it, but how long have you been rapping? So that's
a minute.
You sure?
Yeah.
You remember what was that name of the song?
Bubblegum Girl.
How old was you right there?
I don't even know.
Yeah. Like, so that was your first time rapping.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like 6, 7, 8.
About 6 or 7, right there.
Years old, yeah.
Yeah, you was young, and that video is on YouTube. Crazy, it's on YouTube still. Yeah. That's crazy, but yeah, man. So so that's the earliest recollection that you can give, like when you first started, when you really gained the interest and everything. Okay, yeah, I like that. What's your first rap song?
I mean, I guess you could say technically one of those songs. I don't know what was the first out of that catalog. I don't remember.
Right.
But on my own.
When you got older, what was we're gonna skip that. When you got older, What was your first? What was your song your first real song like when you got older and you can write it yourself and put your own expressions on it and be yourself with it?
To be honest, I really don't know my first like official song that I made
Right.
and released, but I think one of the earliest songs that I had made was called Slaughter Mode.
Slaughter Mode.
Yeah.
Okay. What was Slaughter Mode? What was Slaughter Mode about? Just going ham.
Yeah, going crazy.
Going crazy.
Yeah, it was a couple of anime references in there, but it was mostly just about, being on some aggressive type of timing.
Now, let me ask you this, dude. This is off the question. I want to ask you this. What? Because I heard all your songs from beginning to end, and then boom, boom, boom. I be hearing different styles.
Yeah.
What kind of rap artist would you consider yourself? Like, look, gangster, thuggish, ruggish, whatever they call the new names for the raps. I don't even know the new name for the rap artist. But what do you consider yourself?
I'm a diverse artist.
A diverse artist?
Yeah.
I hear that in your music. Your music is very diverse. And I be like, man, you can flip it so many ways. But I encourage you to I definitely encourage my son to keep going just to get the feel for it. And if you get up, when you get up there and you start doing your thing for real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You'll get the feeling for it. You'll really get a feeling for it and be able to understand. And you'll be like, like on a different mindset, man. It's a whole new level, man. It's a whole new level. But I love the way that you're attacking your journey.
Yeah.
And you doing your thing. I'm always here to improvise and give you suggestions on how not to fall into the potholes and the loops and this and that, blah, and try to make you look, go around the corner or go crooked and come back straight. I always try to give you that encouragement, man. So I definitely encourage you to keep going. And I where you come from and where you at, yeah, it's a big improvement. And this is what I want to add. So we're gonna lead into this next question. Right? So where you from and where you at? Tell me about, and we're gonna keep it real. Tell me about your first experience when I say, okay, boom, we're gonna go to this little meeting and we're gonna go up in here. And they might ask you to freestyle, man. You might have to get on, and boy, we went up in there. It was a crowded room. What was up with you?
I was caught off guard.
You was caught off guard because they asked you right there to spit something. Spit something for me.
It would have been different if all I can say is that I was caught off guard. It would have been different. But
right.
The setup, we having a meeting. It's all serious. Everybody, it's all serious. Everybody around the table or whatever. Boom. What happened last week? Oh, we did this.
How many people would you say was up in there?
Man, it was over 15. It was at least 15 people in there.
Yeah, it was about a good 20 people in there.
Yeah.
It was about a good 20 people in there.
He touching on everybody, you know what I'm saying? Asking everybody, introducing whoop-de-whoop. He been here for this amount of time. She been here for this amount of time. Whoop-de-whoop. Then they come around to me. And he like, we got somebody new in the room. Boom, introduce yourself. I'm like, dang.
All right.
I low-key want to look at my dad for some help. You know what I'm saying? He brought me here. I'm like, man, I got to stand up. I'm not even the type of person, like, I'm a little shy. I ain't going to lie to you. Like, this music stuff, that's going to have to get worked out because, you got to have a personality for that.
Right.
But as of right now, I'm just a shy person, so I had to speak in front of everybody.
Right.
My voice is kind of quiet. Had to speak up and stuff. I'm like, man. But then he was like, can you spit something? You know what I'm saying? Like, let us see what you got. I'm like, oh.
What?
I'm not the freestyling type, like, and then especially in front of people, I'm like, man, let me just try to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Remember one of my songs real quick. I get to fumbling and fold, and I'm like, oh my God, I ain't saying the right stuff. I'm like, the timing off. I ain't seeming confident.
Right.
They just like, all right, man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's good right there, yup. I'm like, dang.
Right.
I sold. So yeah, that was a bad little experience right there. I was
that was like your worst experience that you could think of, like when you doing your thing.
Yeah, I was like, man, I just messed up right there.
Yeah. That was to me. That was a lesson for you. I did that it was meant for me to do that. I did it on purpose because I wanted you to go and get that punch in the chest and be like, yeah, I'm ready to do this. Yeah, Dad, blah blah blah. And I take you to a real meeting. Like, let me see. And you was like, oh, whew, what an experience. Mm-hmm. And you vowed to me that day, you like, that ain't gonna never happen again. That ain't gonna never happen again, right? You were like, that ain't gonna never happen again. Yeah, so Now, when you fast forward it to the day, and they be like, "Free," I'm not gonna ask you to freestyle, but if they was to ask you to freestyle, oh yeah, I think you'll be ready. At least know one of your raps or something, some of your raps or something, right?
I don't even. It wouldn't have to be one of my raps. I wouldn't have to resort to that right now.
Right,
I just, you know what I'm saying. It's really just about being confident
right.
and just staying calm. If you get to overthinking in a situation, then you going, oh, I gotta say some stuff that's really gonna sound good. They gonna be like, oh dang, like then you trying to think while you rapping. It's
Right.
not gonna work. You just gotta let it naturally flow.
Let it flow. Yeah. You have you been freestyling, practicing freestyling?
I wouldn't say practicing, but I've been in a few situations where I had to freestyle. Can I freestyle right now?
Can you freestyle something right now?
All right, let me see. No beat, acapella. Are you gonna give me some?
You want me to give you something?
Yeah,
I'll give you something. I'll give you something. Yeah, listen. How you want me to get it? Kind of slow?
All right. Wanna go shopping, going to the store. Trying to get the money, said, bring it to me slow. Bring it to me fast. Want some more. I ain't messing with your girl, she'll. All right. Look.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Okay, did I cut you off?
I mean, I was gonna keep going, but
Oh,
hey, it is what it is.
yeah, I like that. Okay, you got your thing. You got your, what you got, babe?
Can you do like something from your song? Cause this is that one song that I love that you made.
Which one, High Step?
Yeah. Can you sing a little half step for me?
He don't even really remember High Step, I don't think. I mean, you been practicing High Step?
I ain't listening to that in a minute,
Right.
but
My favorite.
You
I'm
ain't,
trying to remember the hook real quick.
you said you trying to remember the hook?
Yeah.
You can get you down. We gonna come back to it. We gonna come back. We gonna come back to it. I want to ask you. Cause you ain't been. You've been leaving high step walking in the closet, but it's all good. It's all good. So speaking of high step, I remember when we. So how? No, let me go here. What have you ever been in the studio?
Yeah.
Your first experience in the studio was with our man's, right?
Yeah.
Which
R.I.P.
was R.I.P. My homie. What's his name?
Exotic.
Exotic. Yes, Exotic. First time in the studio. So how was your first experience in the studio coming from doing all your songs on the phone? Like, I don't understand. These children, they do their phones on a song and they sound like they've been to the studio on some realness. But I took it to the real studio and it was I ain't gonna say it was like a biggest difference, but it was a good difference, man. It was a nice little difference, right?
For sure.
How was that? How was that experience?
I feel like it was a great experience, you know? Especially with the type of guy that he was. I'm real sorry that like the situation that happened, because I feel like you said before, me and him would have connected a different type of way. Like, he was trying to figure out what I liked in music and like how I wanted to sound.
Right.
A lot of producers don't be trying to do that. They just be trying to get their little money off your time or whatever, mix it up and then get you out of there. But he was cool. But as far as me going to the studio, I was a little nervous when we first got there or whatever, because it's like, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. Like, it seemed like a different step, like a official type step. So I'm like, dang, I gotta really, you know what I'm saying? But when we got up in there, everything was cool for real. The process was way better, you know, putting the headphones on, being in front of the mic, reading off your phone. It feel like you actually, you know what I'm saying, doing something different from being in your room and you super comfortable knowing nobody could judge you, but it's putting you out your comfort zone. So you like, you know, got to do your thing.
That was lightweight. I ain't mean to cut you off, but that was lightweight. Kind of like transitioning. Like when I took you to that meeting, it was kind of like the same thing because it was a different atmosphere. Yeah. What was you saying?
But I've been to the studio more times though after that time though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much the same thing. For real. Again, but it's a different producer, so you got to get used to being around somebody else and how they be working with you and stuff like that. So
Yeah, Sharita said, perfect evening, everyone. Thank you. Hey, yes, it is a perfect evening. Yes, it is. And the Bengals ain't playing no more, so I don't need to watch TV. Yeah, I want everybody to comment about what I just said. But anyway, Lamont Green said, tell him spit something right now, see if he ready, but you already did that. I hope you heard that, Lamont. Yeah, man, but yeah, my man's Exotic, his AK, what's his real name? Eric, what's his last name? Eric, the one that passed, the one that he went to the studio. You can't think his last name? Oh, Eric Chapman. Yeah, Eric Chapman. You know, I was like, man, Eric was so cool, man. He was so cool, and y'all was like gelling, and he was like making beats, sending them to me. I was like, yeah, and we was like going back to the studio. Then like it was like we was gonna come like maybe like 2 weeks later or something like that or something, and boom, it was crazy. I hated to hear that, man. I was hurt. I was crying in there. I'm like, damn. She could tell I was crying. I was so hurt that it was just messed me up. It messed me up because I was like, man, because dude was so cool. Yeah, it was very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Oh, I said I did that. So let me switch gears a little bit, Teak. Let me switch gears a little bit. Let me switch gears. So what are your goals? Like even in life, period. Like rap, you want to get to a certain destination in rap, and then once you get there, you want to plant your feet in something else, some business. What are you planning on doing? What you got?
Honestly, I just want to be stress free, and I feel like the way to that is just you gotta have money. To say it simply, you gotta have money to be stress free, because the number one thing that be stressing everybody out is bills, because that come around every month. You gotta pay your bills to live, survive, do anything you want to do, be entertained. You gotta pay bills. So my whole thing is just to be stress free, and making music is a great way to like not be stressed out. You could put emotions into songs, and then you could use that and make revenue, and then make other people feel happy or feel the emotion that you put into your song. It's a lot of stuff that can be done with music, and I just feel like that's a real creative and fun way to go about living life.
Yeah, that's. I say the same thing all the time when I'm thinking and everything. Money, it'll keep you stress free. Like that's where you want to be. Money is like, okay, you could do this, do that. You ain't got to worry like, oh man, I don't know if I want to spend this much money on this. I got to say this for that. You ain't got to worry about none of that. So if you got everything on an equal playing field, like as far as financials and your love life and everything else, especially money, unless you just don't know how to do right by money, and you just let it take. If you're greedy, that's when it kind of like take control of your soul and take control of you, and you start doing this other craziness. But if you have a right mindset and you have goals and you have things set in place, I believe, and also have God in your life to guide you through and keep your trust in God. And speaking of God, how you feel about that man above? How you feel about that period?
Like,
have you been thinking lately, like since our last talk when we was on the balcony over there, and you said, "Oh, I think this and that." Do you think you still think the same?
I don't think, and this is a touchy subject because a lot of people care a lot about religion.
Right.
But personally, not disregarding anybody else's thoughts or feelings, I just feel like there shouldn't be no label if there is a higher entity. So there shouldn't be a gender or a label, a name put on whatever it is that created or keeps us thriving above.
That's very interesting, man. That's very interesting. I'm glad to hear you say that instead of what you said last time. But right now, right here in 2025, you said you believe there's a higher entity, but there's no label.
Yeah, of course, it got to be something else besides just normal science and the stuff that we know. Because like it's things that go unexplained,
right?
That can only be explained by believing in something higher up.
Yeah. I always watch everything, social media, everything, YouTube, all that type of stuff. But it's very interesting to hear about different things like we've never known, and then you hear about this professor, and she's saying things or he's saying things that are very, very relevant and very much believable, and I believe them some things to be true.
Yeah.
It's some things that like and then things like it just sound like it. And it's very important, man, that you, to me, when it comes to that subject right there, it's very important to me that you that a person would add or believe in something. You don't just believe that you was popped up here one day like boom, and that's crazy.
I mean, like, even if you don't believe in God or a higher power or whatever, in certain times it's good to even like pretend to believe in it, because it could be comforting in times of need. Because if you don't got nothing to believe in, you get real desperate and you start thinking, about bad decisions and stuff like that. You start running off the wrong feelings.
Right. Right.
If you think it's something up there, that you can believe in, pray to, and think will make things better, if you just believe in hard enough, then it could comfort you for sure.
Right. Yeah, I could tell you get that from your daddy. All that talking you doing right now, that's his intelligence. I don't know what the other half, but no, it's all good, man. It's all good. But let me ask you this question, right? I asked you what was your goals. Let me ask you something that's way to the left. I'm gonna ask you something that's way to the left, and I want to hit, because what you just the explanation that you just gave sounded very intelligent to me. Sounded very, very wise. I like that. So I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this. So, how does it feel? And it's a 2-part question, but I'm gonna let you answer this first. But how does it feel having 2 dads, 2 moms, and maybe 3? But how does it feel having that in your life? Tell me that.
You said 2 dads, 2 moms, and maybe 3, like 3 moms?
Yeah. Your mom, boom, and then Naya. You ever thought about that?
Not really. But when you put it like that, it just feel like I got a lot of different perspectives to go to whenever I, need to talk about stuff or get things figured out.
Because they all help. I mean, he do his thing. When you down and do whatever, he's there. You know what I'm saying, to do his thing. Your mom, she there to do her thing. I'm doing my thing. Yeah. If you need, she gonna do her thing. And I don't know about the other thing, the third mom, but
I mean, it's just because like all y'all been doing, y'all grew up in different ways and y'all got different situations that didn't happen to y'all. So let's say something happened to me that didn't happen to you, might have happened to him, and he might be able to help out better than you could have helped out with that situation. So that's how I look at it. Like, I'm definitely thankful for having a lot of people that I could go to in times of like, I need someone with knowledge to tell me stuff.
Right.
Because, especially if I had just you or just my mom and nobody else, I'd be really messed up. Having only one side to give me that perspective, that point of view.
Yeah. Yep. So that's your that's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it, man. I like that, man. I like that, man. It's good that you acknowledge that each one of us has, added value to your life. Like, rather than just like, you my girl's son. Yeah. Or you my wife's son, or you my husband's son. I mean, I don't gotta do all that. It's all a family, like how it used to be back in the day. Yeah. When everybody in the neighborhood, like back in the day, everybody in the neighborhood, right? Like, you probably wind up getting 2-3 whoopers by the time you get home. At least 2. Everybody looking out for you. You got this person in the neighborhood, that person, everybody's looking out. The whole neighborhood is a family. But these days, it's not the same. It's a lot broken up. Everybody on the protective side, and it's very understandable because the way that the world going, it's like, damn, everybody got to be so like, oh, but you still have to find ways and strategies to build love. Because love overpowers everything to me. It conquers everything. Like, you got love, like, even if, like you say, money, you think money, boom. If you got love is more powerful than money, because, like, just think of a person that ain't got nothing else in the world, no money. And if it's somebody that somebody that love you, they gonna do what they can to make sure everything is right in your life. They gonna try to give you something.
Exactly.
to help you out in life. So love is very powerful, man. So that's good that you have that going on, man. And I'm glad of that too, because it relieves a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Knowing that your son is okay with, or your child or whatever is okay. But yeah. That's very important to me, man. How many siblings you got?
5.
You have 5 siblings?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, you got 5 siblings. How they feel about you being in the rap game? Has any of your siblings like, that's hot, or they, give you encouragement? Have any of your siblings been like that?
I mean, yeah. My brother Real, he be saying that he mess with, certain songs that scratch his brain, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they support my music. I haven't really heard none too crazy like, oh yeah, this specific song was good, but
Right.
they all listen to it. I know they listen to my music for sure.
Yeah. That's dope. They all give you feet. I know Rissa. I remember she was like, that's hot. And I ain't gonna speak about Shawnette and Tay and them. They they love it. They love it. What's the next thing for you? Well, hold. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back to answer that. What is your next move? We'll be right back. We back, man. And before we went to commercial break, I was asking my young king. I was asking my young king, what's your next move in life? What's your next move musically? What's your next move? What's important to you? What's your next move, man?
Big step wise or smaller step wise?
Anyone.
Well, on the smaller scale, I'll just say I'm trying to get some better equipment so that I can start recording my music and having better quality for my songs. That's the next step that I'm trying to take right there. And then I plan on like paying for features from artists so I can really get my name out there some and touch some different fan bases.
Right.
So that way I could, build my name up better and my brand.
Right.
Long term, next step is really just commitment. I've been procrastinating a lot. Feel like my next step should be commitment to what I'm trying to do. And that'll bring me and put me in a better position to get where I'm trying to get at.
Right. Yep. That sounds like a goal. That sounds like a plan, man. That sounds like a plan. Has anyone reached out to you trying to see, they was interested in you, like, let me see what's going on with you. What, let me hear some more tracks.
Man, no, not really. I feel
Right.
like anybody, not really. I don't feel like I know anybody that has reached out been a scam. Like
It's been on some craziness.
it's been on some, Instagram, they'll text and you could just tell like it'd be a fat paragraph and they, follow me and sign up, blah blah blah. We'll do this for you, hook you up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to work with you. I'll be doing videos.
Right.
Go to their page and it'd be like they only got like 200 something followers, but they verify and all the posts on their page be the same thing. Like,
What?
Yeah. You'd be like, man, I ain't messing with you. I'll just wait till stuff really work out how it's supposed to work out. I ain't
Right.
messing around.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. But the one thing I can say about young artists, today's artists, I don't matter anything you're doing, but when it comes to music, it's crazy. It's like pros and cons, but it's like anything you're doing, man. It's so much accessibility out there, man. Everything is so accessible to you. Yeah. Like you can make your own music in your home, and it sounds very professional in your own home. Mm-hmm. Even on your phone sounds like a demo. When I hear your song that you used to do on your phone, it sounded like a demo. Like we went to the studio and did a demo. It ain't sound like the real thing. We went to the real studio. It sounded like back in my day, it was a studio called Beatbox.
When it wasn't mixed.
Yeah, it was like you go in there, I forgot how much they used to charge an hour. I can't even, probably like $25 an hour at Beatbox Studio. And it would be enough, your music would be good enough for somebody, if you were really, really like doing your thing like we did, my group did, if you was really doing your thing, that was enough to get to, whoever, bigger up, and they listen to like, okay, they get an idea of what you're trying to do. So when you was doing your thing on your phone, it was like, yeah, I get an idea, I get a great. That's why, our man's from Jersey, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he was like, boom. He was like, oh, this hot. He was like, he loved High Step Walking. He loved that song. And that was the demo version. And then when we went to the studio, he was, oh, this crazy. He was loving it. Yeah, he was loving it, right? So he was loving that, man. So it just shows you like, when you're doing your thing on the phone, it's one thing. When you graduate to the next level, it's good enough to go to the next level. So these days, it's like, man, it's so easy to get. It's independent. It's sort of independence. Yeah, that's what you're gonna get. Independent. If you do everything independently until you get like your thing do its thing, and you get to that one level where they trying to give you some money for what you got, and want to take. It depends on how you want to go. Do you want to deal with the industry, or do you want to like, you know what I'm saying, like do it on your own and keep doing it that way? But it's always great to have a helpful team around you. Yeah. Because they know things that you don't know. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. If you was asking me, I would definitely be an independent artist because everything, all the allegations and stuff that's just going on in the industry is just not even, I wouldn't say it's safe to even join or be in.
So you feel different about you're not really enthusiastic about like getting a record deal from blah, blah, blah. You're like, that ain't the route I'm trying to go.
I could care less about getting a record deal from anybody for real. I mean, that would be great if it was the right person and, I looked over the contract, whatever, and I really mess with the person.
Well, we when he say look, I'm gonna correct that. When he say look over the contract, there will be a lawyer looking over the contract, making sure
when the contract
right.
get looked over and then the person seemed like a cool person that I would want to be associated with, that's when I would sign to a label. But other than that, I'd rather be independent because you get 100% of your royalties when you independent. You ain't gotta go based on the contract because really contracts be scams. They be 360s. They'll basically be like, they give you the deal or whatever for however much money. It'll be a lot of money. I got all this money from the deal. I can spend it. No, that's not how it works. That money gets invested into you, and you gotta that's your studio time, your clothes, your rides to places, the food you eat, all that type stuff. And then they'll try to say you gotta drop this many albums or whatever, but you can only do it you can only drop one album every 3 months or something like that.
Right.
And that's where they mess you up because if your album's not hitting like that, you're not getting the streams or whatever. You're not making the money back how you could if you drop more consistently. So they know that they putting you into a trap right there. So that's why I stay away from the industry, not even getting into all that,
And it's crazy that
other stuff.
That's the way. My bad. It's crazy that it's the way that the world is today. Like the streaming, like all that. It's crazy. I can't explain it, but it's like it's a flip, but it's still a backwards flip or something. I don't know, but it's so much easier. But at the same time, it's so much harder because it's saturated with everything.
Oh yeah,
it's the radio waves, everything is saturated. So you have to be. What I always say, when you're an artist, you gotta be because you sound like it. You want to be
different. Yeah.
You want to be different because keep it real to yourself, keep it real 100, and just be authentic. And I think people love you more that way. Like when you come like this and that, it's cool. It's cool. Everything is gonna be everything is not 100% true, but it's cool when you can give some of the realness to the world and let them really, really like feel you, and they understand because it's more relatable because a lot of people going through that. Everybody ain't going through the streets killing everybody and doing this and doing that and robbing it. Everybody ain't doing that, but at the same time, it makes sense because it's a lot of people doing that, and on the other half, it's a lot of people doing it, the right way.
Yeah, for sure.
So just to like you said in the beginning, it's good that you're diverse. You know what I'm saying? Because like if this ain't at least you could switch your style and do this and do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I done heard plenty of songs from you. So what's your favorite style, or what's your favorite type of thing to present to the world, like your style or whatever?
Personally, I like making my alternative music and putting that out because I feel like I really can. I could show my personality more in that type of music and get creative with my vocals, all types of stuff, versus when I do the regular type of trap rapping, where it's just I really for the most part got the same flow on all them songs. It just slowed down or sped up or chopped up however I do it for that specific song. But for my alternative songs, it just depends on the beat. I could go with the beat, like I could harmonize with the beat and do stuff like that, or I could be on a whole different type of. I can make my voice super deep and it contrasts with the beat, or super high pitched and it still sound good however I do it, versus me sounding using my regular voice and it got to sound like that every time for the trap rap type beats.
That's different. Now tell me this: out of all the songs, how many songs do you have? By the way, how many songs you got?
I don't even know.
If you would take an estimated guess, how many songs do you have in your catalog? If you take an estimated guess.
Let me just, what camera is it on? Let me go here real quick.
You going to your thing, your phone, your catalog, and trying to get an idea. Because one time you showed me, I think that was your phone. You was just like,
Yeah. It's so many. Like, it's just, all of these are songs.
that's a lot of freaking songs.
It's like,
That's a lot of songs.
I'd probably say around 250 to 300 songs in here.
That's how many you got?
Yeah. 200,
250 to 300.
I thought I was coming to a concert.
No, man. You we coming to an interview. That's what we do. We're doing an interview. We ain't doing no concert. He like, nah. He do got and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
All the songs you send me, I like the diverseness.
High stepper.
I love high stepping. He know I love high step. It's a lot of them that you probably ain't heard them, but they popping. But I gotta say this: none of them is whack. Like whack. If you don't cut that off, ain't none of them like that. All of them like okay. Even if you don't like it, like that's hot. If you just you like okay, that's dope. I can see that.
It been songs that I didn't mess with at all that you like that. You was trying to redo that one song in the studio, remember? And
Man.
I ain't like that song at all. Like, I was like, I don't know why you want to redo this. Like, I don't want to do it at all.
Cause my mind is on like I'm thinking outside the box, like where it could be. I be looking at like when I hear your songs or any song, like anybody doing song, even the way that I used to do music, like produce the music, everything. Anyway, I used to always picture something in my mind, like I could see a video, I could see it being in like on a score on a soundtrack or something. Like I was always thinking outside, not just like singing a song and hoping people like it. Nah, I was already like, I know they gonna love this. I'm thinking about if it could be in the video, who could sing it. I be mimicking my voice, Usher. I be trying to like just make it sound like that person. So they be like, damn, I can see myself singing this. So I'm always thinking outside the box. So when I listen to your music, I was like, when you say I don't know why he wanted to do this song. I was thinking outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was always thinking outside the box. So here we are in 2025.
Yep.
Now, I might not know none of these guys you about to name or whatever, but what's your top 5 rap artists? Or even if you want to do artists, period, but what's your top 5 artists? Like, it could be rap artists, it could be singers, you can mix it up, or you just want to keep it rap, whatever. What's your top 5?
As of right now, my top 5 is Ken Carson. He in my top 5. NBA Youngboy. I want to say MG Sleepy. He in there too.
MG Sleep. So is this a particular order? Is you naming the best?
This ain't in no order right now. This
Okay.
just Yeah, so
You say MC Sleepy?
MG Sleepy.
MG Sleepy.
He from Columbus.
Uh-huh.
So we got him, got them 3. And then cause I don't want to just be straight rappers. But you know who them the 3 I can name right now.
Them the only 3 you can name?
Yeah.
So that's who you really
Yeah, them
Okay,
I
then.
listen to almost every day when I'm driving in the car, going at work. That's what I'm listening to.
See, I'm gonna tell you, back in my I'm about to get old on you. Back in my day, my favorite art, I was like, man, I told my when I get the first song, I said, look, when I had my record deal,
Yeah.
back in the day, I said, man, the first song you gonna be like, oh. The first song I said I'm gonna play, I said, when I get I'm gonna get a Jag, and the first song that I'm gonna play when I get that Jag is Slick Rick. I was like, I'm getting Slick Rick. I'm gonna play this the first song. He gonna be the first dude I play in my Jag, and that was the first song I played in my Jag. But yeah, that was like Slick Rick, MGA 8 Ball, Spice One, people like that. Too Short back in the day. That was my NWA. People like that. But you know what I'm saying? You like, nah, they old, they grandparents.
I mean, some of the stuff by older artists be cool though. Like Mobb Deep, that's what
Oh,
they call-
Mobb Deep, them my dude.
They got
Yeah.
some songs that I really like. Like I don't know what it is about them, the grittiness about the song or whatever, but like some of them songs be cool. Or like I mess with a lot of 2000 songs because that's when I was a kid.
Right.
And that's all I remember.
So you kind of remember those, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them like T.I. and Gucci Mane and
Okay.
all them like them songs back then, they used to hit. I didn't know it then because it's like, it's just music. But now the nostalgia that's connected to it made me just feel like, yeah, them songs was gas back then.
Because a lot of those songs is like, well, a lot of these new, I ain't gonna say a lot of them, but some of these new artists be making some of those songs like Gucci Mane. What's her name? I can't think of her name, but she did one of his songs.
She
'Cause I'm a
already out?
very freaky girl.
Oh, you talking about Lotto?
Yeah, Lotto. Yeah. She did one of the songs. So like some of these artists, they be doing their thing, and I love the way that old girl and them did what's it called, the song, Boosie song. What's that? Pop my collar, some shit, shake my collar, some shit. What's the name of that song, babe? That the chicks and them doing that your boy had, what's his name? I can't even think his name. But yeah, I love that song, man. I love it. The fact that it's a couple of women on there doing the song, it make it interesting to me, and it's hot too. What's her name? Glorilla.
Yeah.
Glorilla. I think Meg, the Stallion on there, and somebody else, I think. But I love the song. But yeah, man. Yeah, this was up, man. This was up. So what's you said what's next on the agenda, right?
Yeah.
What's next on the agenda? The next thing on the agenda. So when you gonna do? You got a new album out now?
Yeah, I just released the album. It's called Until Death Will I Stop. I just dropped that in December.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you said to death will I stop?
Until Death Will I Stop.
Until death will I stop. That's what's up. I like the title, man. I like the title. Now, it's pretty much like, now I heard your albums when you drop your albums, and they all pretty much have a whole different theme to it, right? Mm-hmm. So you'll have like, how many albums? You got like, maybe like 5 that you done did, like completed. 5 or 6 somewhere in there?
Yeah, but they not all released no more. I only got 2 albums that's released right now.
Right. Yeah. And they're on YouTube?
They should be on YouTube.
What they at? YouTube? What they at?
They on all music streaming services.
Uh-huh.
Only one of them is on all music streaming services, but both of them is on Apple Music. Other than that, they on SoundCloud. I mean, not on SoundCloud. Spotify, Tidal, Pandora, whatever streaming services out there, they most likely gonna be on there.
Now, is the way to find you, is it the same? Is it like the way to find you is everything the same?
Yeah, everything is RPK TJ.
RPK TJ?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For right now.
RPK TJ.
Name rebrand is coming soon.
Yes. So you can look this young fella up, RPK TJ, on all streaming services.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Yes. Hold up. Give us 1 second. We'll be right back. Yes, we back. We had to take a quick one. Somebody had to wipe something out their nose, but it's all good. We here. So tell me, you ever been in a group? Any group members? Anything going on like that? You got a crew?
Yeah. So, you know, how we talked about earlier, how we got RPK, and that stands for Real Poor Kids.
Real Poor Kids?
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought Real Poor Kid was just you. So
That's what it started as. It started as just me. But I wanted to put my friend on the music because, like, he was saying how he wanted to make music, but he ain't want to get into it. He ain't know how to get into it. So I put him on the music. And he started making music. So that was just like
who the friend?
my friend Caleb.
Oh, Caleb. Okay.
Yeah, we go a long ways back. But he wanted to make music. I told him to start making it. He started making it. And then, you know, it was just like hand to hand. He just joined what I already had. I was like, we could just turn Real Poor Kid into Real Poor Kids, make it a thing. And it was me and him for the longest. But now, our other friend, Jaden, he started tapping into his music side too. So he with us right now too. Both their names. Jaden's name is Hundo on every streaming services. And then Caleb's name is Bloody TK.
Bloody TK.
Yep.
Okay, then that's what's up. But you pretty much. Like, I remember when you first started, you pretty much done advanced a lot. Did they keep up or what's up?
Yeah. I mean, everybody in their own lane as far as like making music. Really with everything, like, you know, clothing styles and music and how they carry themselves. Everybody got their own different way. But music wise, yeah, we all improved. Jaden, I think he'd improve faster than me and Caleb. Like,
Jaden?
Yeah, and he just started, like, I want to say he just started, but he started more recently than when me and Caleb, we started back then.
Right.
But I feel like he had a faster improvement than me and Caleb did when we started.
Right. So who is out of all the rap artists, who influences you the most? Like, who really like gets you going? Like, okay, I gotta make another song.
Anytime I see anything about Ken Carson,
Now, where's Ken Carson from?
Atlanta.
And you said Ken or King?
Ken.
Ken Carson.
Yep.
What is it about him that makes you like, okay, yeah, I feel him?
I don't know, man. He just got aura.
Mm.
It's like I don't know. I like his personality. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely some weird stuff that go on with dude. Like, he got a tattoo of like a pentagram on his chest, and I don't know about that. Like, I don't support none of that. But his music though, and like his aesthetic, because you know his little group is mysterious vampire type dudes. So I just feel like it's a cool little theme to have, how he carry himself or whatnot. But his music, I just feel like, I don't know, it just sounds good.
So hold up, the name is that the name of their squad?
What?
The Mysterious Vampire.
Nah,
Oh,
the name of their squad is Opium, and that's been started
Opium.
by Playboy Cardi.
Playboy. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know who Playboy Cardi is or Ken Carson.
you don't know who Playboy Cardi is?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You know who Lil Uzi Vert is though, right?
Yeah.
They is like basically
They be clicking up together all the time.
they used to back in the day. They don't really make music together now, but they was around the same time frame. Like,
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, do you think you're going to pursue and really be more focused this year on your music more than ever, or?
yeah, I do for sure. Because this year I'm gonna invest into myself instead of just like waiting for things to happen off luck. I'm gonna really put money into equipment, videos, clothes, like branding myself. So I should expect something in return from investing into myself this year for sure.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear. Yes.
Yeah. Because you really have to like, I tell you this all the time, like, you have to really be passionate. You got to believe in yourself. You got to do a lot for yourself, because everybody gonna give you something, but they ain't gonna give you what you 100% need. Like, even me, I'm your father. I love you to death, and I'm gonna support you to death, but you gonna get 100% from yourself, though. You ain't gonna get 100% from me. You gonna get 100% from yourself, though. So that's a great. I mean, you growing, man. You just growing into this universe. You're growing into this world, and you just learning, man. You learning as you go, and you learning as you grow, and that's good, man. So the one of your main focuses to me is to be like, you learn, you grow, you teach the next dude this or the next woman that's trying to step up. And you, what about the old girl that's she's still doing her thing, the studio chick?
Like trying to get involved
Yeah,
in
trying to-
music and stuff.
Yeah.
Last thing I heard, that's what she was trying to do. Get her stuff situated. Every time I check in, that's basically how the conversation go.
Right.
Trying to get tapped in to how stuff work and get everything put together and stuff like that.
I could have seen her, and then she knew him, didn't she?
Exotic.
Yeah. Oh, did she know somebody up there?
She know the new producer that I be going.
Oh, the new producer. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been. I could have seen, because she came up there, didn't she? Did she come up there to the thing?
Oh yeah.
When you was there?
When we was with Exotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her that came up.
Yeah, so I would say, like, I think if everything would have, everybody, it's their time, but if it would have been another way, she would have been up in there, like, piggybacking off of him, asking questions, like, been in there with him. I think she'd have learned some things. And she'd have been a little bit more advanced, but right now she's trying to figure out on her own. Yeah. But as long as you have the passion for it, and you believe in yourself and believe and you got to believe and trust me. If the strong belief and passion and faith in God and yourself, it's gonna carry you to the top. I don't care what you say, boy. Every time I felt down and started believing, got back on my belief and been having faith in myself, it always started to happen. Yeah. No matter what it is, like a job, a position, a part, anything, music, anything. It's always, if you believe, it'll start, and you keep going with it. It might take a minute. You have to be patient, and have faith, and be strong in your faith, and keep going. Everything will work out for you. That's always been part of my motto. I ain't gonna say the whole thing, but it's been part of my motto, man. And it's so far, it's been working well. And I gotta say that it's been working well. And let me ask you, let me switch gears a little bit. Switch gears a little bit. So, 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
What's up with your love life? What's going on with your love life? Any love life? Or you like, it's cool. I don't want to talk about that right now. What's up with it?
I'm happily married. So now.
Oh man, I'm about to say, when did this happen? Okay then. Happily married. Okay then.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship right now. Yeah, it's going good. It's going great. Things are cool.
Yeah, it must be going good since you put it out there in the air like that. That's what's up. Yeah. But y'all always doing little TikTok type videos and stuff. Y'all be doing y'all do it as much now, or y'all?
I don't make no TikTok videos or nothing like that.
Y'all don't make no TikTok?
Nah.
Snapchat?
We don't make no videos. We just be chilling.
Y'all don't look like little posts or whatever?
I mean, every now and then.
Yeah.
When we looking good enough
right.
to post. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So do you plan on like making this like moving it, taking it to the next level? You did mention it at first what you was playing, but do you plan on taking it to that level?
Getting married?
Yeah.
If it come to it.
If it come to it?
Yeah.
Do you feel a type of way saying that both of your parents are married? Do you feel like it kind of give you confidence? Do it make you feel like that's the way you need to go? What kind of influence or not is it giving you?
Don't give me no influence at all. That was y'all choice to get married.
But it don't make you feel like, I might get, they doing it, it might, you know? Oh, okay.
If it's like 50-50, if that's what y'all want to do, then that's a great thing for y'all. Y'all found love.
Do you plan on getting married?
If it
happened to happen?
Yeah. Like I don't see the big deal about getting married. It's the same thing about as being boyfriend and girlfriend. For real. Like,
is it?
Yeah, people would say, oh, it's more commitment. It really shouldn't be. If you was doing the same thing you was doing when you was a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it's the same thing that translates to being a husband or a wife. It's just a different title.
Yes. So pretty much keep it the same.
Yeah.
So when it's one of the ideologies that I had in my head. It's like my philosophy is that when you start it, keep it pretty much the same. Keep the course the same. Don't try to, you got to wear this now. You can't wear this. You can't do that yet. Don't try to do all that. Just keep it pretty much the same, and you'll be very successful, I believe.
Something to say about that. This is just my own person. Everybody have their own belief on it.
Right.
And as far as marriage goes, my own personal belief. Everybody don't have to, agree or, be on the same level as I am. I just, my spirituality, I just think like the higher power, when you can go to a higher power and go in front of the higher power to ask to join you go to a higher power and ask the higher power, put it in the universe to have y'all become as one. Nobody's perfect, no relationship or marriage is perfect, but when you can commit and go to a higher power and ask them to join you and put it out there in the universe, you get so much more things open up for you.
Get rewarded.
So much like that because you put that energy out there. So you receive so much positivity because you put that out when you're together as one. Because you can be you and then another person can be themselves, but when you can come on some form of level of the same, so many blessings, you just open up to so much. So I just personally think like when two people can go before their higher power
Mm-hmm.
and ask them to join them as one, so many blessings start flowing in. So
Yeah.
many, so many, because you want to connect. You want to connect that positivity with each other. Like positive attracts each other. The law of attraction. What you allow to attract. So you allow for y'all to become one, and then put it in the universe like that, and ask God to bind y'all together. You'd be amazed how so many blessings come and doors open up for you, and so much that you wouldn't even be young to think that can happen.
I can attest to that. Yeah, it's a lot.
So
It's
it's like to me personally, it's a difference. It's a big difference.
yeah.
Okay.
But you do have to me you do have the right kind of mindset when you said like if you think that way like it's pretty much the same. It's a difference, but if you keep the mindset of keeping things like don't try to go above and beyond and do some craziness and be all out of control.
Yeah.
But just be yourself and like don't try to be control. Just do your thing.
It depends on how you look at it. Like coming from her point of view, she's in a marriage, so and she has been experiencing what she was just talking about, so she knows how it feels for her from coming from her end. But from my end, I'm just saying, as far as like the standards that should be met in a regular relationship versus a marriage is what I was just covering. Like saying you should always act the same. It shouldn't be no. I was a boyfriend, I was a girlfriend. Things was going like this. Now that I'm a husband, I got to do this. Like it should be that like now you had that responsibility, but it shouldn't be you wasn't doing it before. Now you're doing it just because of the marriage. Like you should have been that person already. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. I understand that part. It should always remain the same.
Yeah.
Whether you got married or not. So I get that what you're saying. The putting it into the universe to become equally one, or be on the same page. Like everybody gonna always be different because we're different human beings. But
Yep.
so much blessings and so much energy come back to you when you just if you with a person. You gotta at some point you gotta become not the same person, but the same
As one. You got to become as one.
Because if you're negative and positive, it's not gonna work.
Y'all got to move the same.
It's like once a marriage kind of pull you together as that energy source to become the same energy source. If that makes sense.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Y'all gotta move in the same direction. Y'all, the main one of the things to me is that is like what I just said, moving in the same direction. And I mean like, be on the same page. Like you might want to say, she might want to spin, or she might like to argue in front of people. You like, man, we don't never want to do that.
Yeah.
Keep our, we argue, we keep it in the house and we fix it. We don't be all out in public going crazy. So it's like, y'all got to move in the same direction. Y'all got to be on the same page with things, because like if you're on one page and she on the other one, or you advance to the 20th page and she's still at the 5th page, you're like, oh my God, we about to be. So as long as y'all on the same, in one accordance, moving in one accordance, both of y'all have faith and have some type of belief in something upstairs, a lot of things will work out. But that will be when it comes, it comes.
Yeah.
But I know that you've always, because you always mention it, you always like kind of follow, I ain't gonna say follow my exact footprints, but the things that I say to you, the things that I encourage you to do as far as like relationships, you take heed to it. Because you kind of like represent it. So I don't see you moving with a whole lot of females, and I love that. That's a plus. I love that you're not moving with a whole lot of females. You like pretty much boom, boom, and that's it. And then when
person.
yeah, So that's good. I love it.
Personally, I just don't see how you could manage. I don't got time for that.
That's a headache.
Cause you gotta, if you was to do that, be that type of person, you gotta give time to all the females, cause that's what they want. They want time and attention. So you gotta get it evenly to all of them, or however many that you got. And it's just like it's not enough time in the day to even do that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And it could get that'll drain you for real.
Yeah.
I don't even want to deal with none of that.
Yeah. So let me ask you, T, segueing and getting away from that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep that where it's at, and I love that. I love that. I love where you're going with that, man. So I see the future bright in that area. But I want to ask you, so have you ever performed on a big stage, or do you plan on, or do you have anything coming up the way you performing, so people may see you perform?
Not that I know of as of right now.
Not as of right now.
Yeah, I haven't performed yet, and as of right now, there's nothing set up. But I do plan on getting something set up this year for sure, where I could put myself out there for people to come see me.
Right. It's another realm for you. It's time to you got 1 million songs. Now it's time to go to the next level. Let people see what you're about. Not even just like videos, but make it more authentic. What I mean by that is more real, where they can touch you. They can really see you and really conversate with you. And somebody, you know, there's some people that I know that's interested in you, but you know, like you want to, you know, do the best you can do out there. Represent yourself and let them see what you're about. So they want to see what you're about. Okay, yeah, okay, you got some nice songs. Let's see how you move on the stage. How can he be a star, an entertainer? They don't just want to hear that rap. They want to see for themselves with their eyes. Like, I could see him playing in 10 movies.
The personality behind it, yeah.
They want to see. They want to see how you move, man. So yeah, you know, anytime you're out in public, you always have to represent. If you're trying to get to that level, you have to represent RPK, and you also have to represent Latico Jordan. So those two combined in one, you have to be on top of your thing, man. Don't let it slip. Just keep doing your thing. Keep pushing. Tunnel vision, and you popping.
For sure.
Yes, yes. So yeah, man, it's been great, man. It's been great to have you over here for this hour session. I love it, man. I always love talking to my kids. And we're going to always revisit and talk to our children and see what's going on in their lives and shine it, put a spotlight on it. That's what you have to do. That's what this platform is here for.
Yes, sir.
Spotlighting and shining and booming and getting them out there, man. Put them on blast in a good way.
Yup.
We got to do that. But yeah, I want to say thank you, son, for joining us today.
No problem.
Yes, I thank you for joining us, and I expect to hear some good news the next time we have you on the show. We're gonna be talking about some other things. Like, damn, what? So when you gonna buy that house? When you gonna get that car for dad? When you gonna do this and do that? Yeah, we're gonna talk about some other things. But we love it. We love having you here, man. We appreciate you being here, man.
No problem.
Yes, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate. Yes, RPK Real Poor Kid. Check him out on all streaming platforms, YouTube. What's the other things?
Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, anything you could think of.
And they popping, they hot. You're going to find a couple of pieces of candy in the cookie, and I said the cookie jar, but the candy jar. You're going to find a couple of pieces of candy like, oh yeah. Little dude, he nice. But we going to get up out of here because we got to get some rest, and I got to go to work tomorrow, and my son got to do his thing. Yep. But we're going to take you out with, guess what? With one of his songs. He is the one that does our little outro. So this is my song doing his thing. You got something else to say, son?
Man, everybody stay safe out here in this world, man. It's getting crazier and crazier by the day. Tell your loved ones that you love them, because you never know what can happen. Not saying that anything is going to happen, but you never know what can happen. So hug your peoples, man.
Yes. Any shouts out you want to give?
Shout out to everybody in RPK. Shout out to my pops for having me.
Yes.
Shout out to my mom for birthing me. Shout out to everybody that ever helped me out, because it's gonna come back to you in return.
Yes.
Love.
Yes. And on that note, thank y'all. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Yes, to our YouTube channel. And it will be posted on this Facebook page, but it also, you know how we do it. But please subscribe, like, share, whatever you got to do. But on that note, we are out. Thank you for joining us. Peace.